Hi,
Hello?
how are you? Welcome to my YouTube channel, Sabine.
Hear you.
Um,
Why?
huh?
Um,
Can
let's see.
you can listen to
Now,
me?
now I can hear. Without the phones, I can hear you. Perfect.
Okay, perfect, great. Um, so, as I was telling you before, I just wanted to interview you, and I send you the questions. Those questions are fine.
Yes, I didn't even really read them. I'm so sorry.
Okay, but
I
they will
went
be
to bed
fine.
yesterday. I didn't sleep well, so I went to the therapy this morning. Then I slept again.
Okay.
And this afternoon I took care of the emails I had to do with FIM and Dorna.
Yeah, a lot of them probably.
Yes, there's so much organization
Okay.
stuff, like
And,
paperwork to
and
do.
and you have to be excited to participate in the last race of the season, huh?
I am. It's a big chance. I wanted to do the full season, but I was not accepted. Now it's a little bit short notice, and now the stupid crash right before it. Yeah, yeah. In general, I'm very excited, but I wish I would have had a little bit more time to prepare.
I totally understand.
Yeah.
So you were born in Switzerland, I think, and you live in Trasadingen. Were you also born there?
I was born in Germany, in Heidelberg.
Okay, all right. My bad. Yeah, I couldn't find that. Um,
No problem.
in Heidelberg. Nice, nice.
Yes, very nice. I'm only living in Switzerland since oof, nearly 15 years now. Nearly.
Wow. So you're almost also Swiss as well.
Yes, yes, yes. In Switzerland, you always stay a foreigner. You
uh,
cannot become Swiss. It's like in the Emirates. You cannot become a Qatari.
I know. In many other places happens the same. You will always
hmm
be an outsider. Um,
hmm
because I know because I've traveled a lot in my life, so I know that sensation. Um,
Yeah.
Very interesting that you were born in Heidelberg because I am an archaeologist and anthropologist, so I know
Ah,
has quite
Heidelberg,
a
well
long history
then.
of Heidelberg.
Yes.
Huh?
Heidelberg is so beautiful.
I'll have to see it sometime in my life. I haven't been. I've only been to
Ah,
in Germany. I've only been to Munich, of course, Berlin. I've been
hmm
to Saxony, Sachsenring
okay.
once with my dad. Um, I've been. It's a very nice track, by the way. I've
hmm
been to like two other places. I think Bremen, Hamelin. Uh,
Hameln, yes.
yes, and maybe some small other places, but not too many in
Okay.
Germany. But I think
But
it's
still a lot, quite a lot in Germany, actually.
yeah. I love traveling a lot, and I've had the opportunity to do so with my family, so I'm really lucky. Okay,
Nice, nice. hmm
so you are now 44 or 45?
44.
No,
Born in 1980, 44.
44. All right, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, because I found the third, like, honestly, what you passed me, I was able to read it, and I
hmm
only found that back then you were 33. So that's why I asked just to be
I
polite
wish.
and
I
do
wish.
things right.
I would have more time, to
I
do
am,
all the fun things in
I
life.
know, I understand. I have 30.
I feel like I'm younger than 33,
You
but
look,
the paper says I'm older.
you look, honestly, when I saw your picture, I thought you were like 30 or 20 a
Thank
lot,
you.
you know?
Thank
And
you. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm 38 myself, so we just have
Okay.
to keep young from here, I think.
Yes, me same. When I go out with my daughter and my son, they always ask me if we're sisters, me and my daughter. I'm like, "Oh, thank you,"
Nice.
and she's like, "No, it's my mom." I'm like, "Okay, thanks."
That's so nice. Um, okay, so let's get to the interview chat. Like, no pressure, all right? So
Mhm.
let's start with an easy one. What is your story with two wheels, passion, and adrenaline? and how did it all start?
Well, it was a passion since I'm young, but I cannot tell you why. I was always fascinated in motorcycles and I always wanted to ride motorcycles, but nobody in my family had the same passion. So there was no chance. So when I was a young girl, I played with the boys
Yes.
on the playground in the sand. It's called quartet. I don't know if you know the carts that have different motorcycles, engines, and cylinders on it, and you can play them against. And who has the more cubics and more cylinders beats
Wow.
the other one and gets the card. So I was always playing this card game
Yeah.
with motorcycles against the boys on the playground when I was really little. So I knew all about motorcycles, but yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to ask you to tell me the name again, or send it maybe in WhatsApp because I will look it
Yes,
up.
I'll
I've
send you
never
a
seen
picture
that game.
of a motorcycle quartet.
Okay, okay.
I'll
Yeah,
send you a picture of this,
great,
yes.
great, because I will look it up because probably
Yes,
it is international because at the end those
yes.
numbers names is always can be in English, but it's very easy to understand.
And
But I
it's a lot of fun to do. I know these days kids don't play this anymore. They're just on their phone. But in my age group, and I'm sure you've seen it before too.
probably. Okay, so we've got that one. Um,
Well, then I had to wait a long, long time until I finally, well, when I was 14, it was nearly the time that I could ride a scooter or a
mhm.
125 motorcycle. So I was dreaming about an Aprilia 125. I had a gigantic poster in my bedroom at home, and I was begging my mom, "Can I please, please, please? I do whatever you want. I wash. I do whatever you want my whole life." She said, "Never ever." She said, "Girls look good, they're pretty, they're intelligent, and girls go dancing." I don't want to go dancing. I want to go play ice hockey, and I want to ride motorcycles. She said, "No, no, no,
Of
no, no."
course.
She said, "You cannot do anything." So when I was 13, I started on a road bike, road
Yeah.
cycling, racing, and actually I was pretty good at it because I think I always loved the speed. So I started with this. I became really good. I was into an Olympic selection. I was riding race bikes, but on the street with no engine. I never got an
Okay.
engine.
Okay.
Yes. Then, later I started studying. I had children very early. So there was no time for all this. I never had money for this, of course not. So by the time I was 30, I finally had enough money. I bought my first motorcycle and I didn't have a license. I just made sure I have this motorcycle. And then I got my license. And I had a really good teacher, to get my street license. And he said, "I've never seen a person that is that passionate and, second of all, that talented in it." He said, "Because of those two factors, you need to, mandatory," he said, "you need to go and do a safety class right after you got your license. Don't go right on the street." He said, "Please promise this to me," because he said, "This is not going to be good for you." And I said, "Okay." So I checked up as soon as I picked up my license. Where can I do this security class, learning more about it? And since I was not living far away from Hockenheimring, Heidelberg Hockenheimring,
Nice.
I saw there was a class that offered exactly this on Hockenheimring. So
Nice.
I went there on that Saturday. Yeah, I did this. And I thought, gosh, it's so boring. Of course, I learned a little bit, yeah, but not like nothing. And then at the end of the day, finally, this instructor, where we had that class, asked, "Who wants to go for one lap instructed, like the lemmings behind, with me to do that lap on the Hockenheimer?" Me. I want to go. I want to go. And a couple other people did too. And I thought, now we're going to go racing, yeah? Nothing. He was so slow. Fuck, I thought, this is a racetrack. I need to go now. And I overtook him. I just went, and it was totally forbidden. And, they were freaking out on me when I came back. There was like yelling, screaming, and it was Speer Racing, who was one of the biggest European organizers back then that did this. He said, "I never want to see you again here. You're fucking crazy. Do not ever think about coming back to me." I'm like, "I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry." Okay, I went home. I'm like, "I need to do this again. So,
Okay, nice.
but it was already October, so I had to wait all winter because it's cold. And it was springtime, in April. I wrote me, this is Sabine. I think we had a little problem. I'm so sorry. Do you think I can come for an instructive class? Uh, just to learn from the beginning. I'll behave well. I promise. Blah 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 blah. And this is Manu.
Yeah, I was saying.
And yeah, that's how it.
Hello.
This is how it all started on the racetrack.
Interesting, very interesting. I really like because you explain things very well, so people will understand very well as well. All right. So, how did you decided to become after that to become an amateur or a pro rider?
Well, I
and when? How and when?
I knew right away I want to do this.
Right away.
I want to be professional right
All
away.
Right. Nice.
I knew it. And people said, "Oh, you're fucking crazy. You're 30 years old. You've never even ridden a scooter in your life. How do you want to be a professional motorcyclist? Come on, just be normal. You're absolutely out of your mind." I said, No. It's all possible. Don't worry about it. It's my decision. You don't have to understand. Yeah, I started with this instruction training. And exactly 3 months later, I went into my first race. I won it. I won the second, third. So at the end of the year, I won the 600 class. It's not an easy class with spare racing.
No.
In the second year, I went again. He was upset with me again. We came to the same point. He said, "I'm way too ambitious. This is for normal people. It's not a professional championship." So I had to leave. And then we said, "Okay, what are we going to do?" So I went to Alp Adria. It's an FEM. It was already European Championship back then. So I went there, and we knew it was very difficult after not having any experience in it. So we started in 600 class, and in the first year I became second in the 600.
Where class. Did you say? Where was this?
Alp Adria Racing. Alp Adria Racing.
But where in like here in like there in Germany?
It was all over Europe. It was Slovakia.
Okay. So it was a championship. Nice.
It was FEM official championship.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, I will have to ask you about it because maybe we need to have another one because I'll have to check all this information so I have more understanding. All right. So that's really nice. And you said you ended up second, right?
Yes, 2013 already. Finished the season in seventh. Seventh, yes.
Seventh, which is
not better than I was.
Not bad at all. Out of how many riders?
Full grid, 600 was big back then. I don't remember. I had
30 maybe.
At least 20, 25, 28. I don't know if 30, even more.
Probably would be 30 grid. Or more. Yeah, even back then, even 40 could be.
It could be, yes.
Yeah,
but wow. I don't know for sure. So let's not bluff on it.
No, but it is still impressive.
Full grid.
And especially because as I read, you were competing against guys, so that means
always in my life. This is the first championship I will ever do with women. This is totally new to me now.
So they better be prepared because you might be there to win.
No. I saw them on the weekend, but you will ask me probably later. And the level is very high, but it's the end of the season, of course. They have had time, they trained, they have all the races. Now they know the motorcycle really well. They had lots of hours on it. But now, when at this level, the championship is on a good level.
Yeah.
The women's championship.
Yeah. I will ask you a question about it at the end because I had it exactly for the end, for the end of the first part, because we have two parts. Whatever you prefer, we can do first part today, and then a different day we chat again and we do second part.
Sure.
So I get rid of the other 9 questions. There are 7 more to go because I don't want it to be too long also. So I'm going to use this interview to try to help you with some sponsorship in the way I can. I'm not an expert in this, but I know a lot of people in Twitter. So I'll just, I'll put it in Twitter I'll tweet it with you. I'll put it in Instagram as well. So the more people we can reach, the better for you. You know.
It would be nice. Thank you.
No, thank you. Like that's how I've been taught. If you have the opportunity to interview something like you gave me that opportunity, I have to be also give you something in exchange. That's how I
Thank
am.
you. Thank you.
My pleasure. Okay. So how old were you when you first rode a motorcycle? Was it with 14 years old or before?
No, 30 years old, my first motorcycle ever. 30.
Okay, my bad. So yeah, right. You said with 14 was you wanted the Aprilia. That is correct.
Yes, I wanted the Aprilia 125, but I never got it.
That is correct. That is correct. It's
Yes.
still, it's still nowadays that Aprilia 125 and the last ones they did between the 125 and the 250, they are like candy, they are very difficult to find, and people who want it is just for having fun during weekends, and because it's the closest to a racing bike you could buy back then.
They were so light back then, the two strokes, so nice.
And very with a lot of gas and a lot of stroke as well. Um, okay, so we have answered to that one. Um, yeah, you said which bike was it again? The one with when you were 30 years old. Which bike did you buy?
Oh, I bought a Ducati. What was the small Ducati? 687. You know, the small Ducati they had for a short time. I have to check it again. What was the small Ducati they brought out back then?
But what was the cylinder, like the cubic cylinders, like cc's? How many cc's?
Let me just Google it. I don't remember exactly
Yeah.
anymore.
You can. No worries.
I'll send it to you also. Like the quartet, I'll send you which Ducati I had back then.
Okay.
But only for a very short time. I'll tell you.
Was it red? Red?
White.
White. Interesting.
It was a white.
It's not typical to see white Ducatis nowadays, especially. Yes. All right. Great. Thank you. And we will update that information on the next part.
But it was not my race bike. You know, my first race bike when I started going on track, it was a Suzuki 750. Beautiful bike.
Okay, Suzuki. Oh yeah, I know the 750. It's an epic bike. They don't do it anymore how it used to be. I mean, they still have it.
But it will come back next year again, a new one, I think. I've heard.
But I'm not sure if it's gonna be as fast as it used to be because like weight, ratio, and gas and throttle, all the stuff.
It was nice, but I killed it.
You killed it. It's better that you kill her than she killed you. Huh?
Yeah.
Much better. Okay. Great. So that was racing. I will write it down. And it was blue, of course. White also as well, right? Back then?
No. The race bike had a fairing on, nothing special, just some colors, to it, some paint to the race fairing.
Yeah. Because if you send me the pictures, maybe next time we can show it like this if we talk about it. All right.
Yeah.
Which MotoGP race, as an spectator or fan, was the first one you attended? And do you remember who won in the 3 categories?
Ooh. I was invited to World Championship Superbike in Misano by a team that was not good at that time, but still very nice, so sweet, Italians. Go 11, they're called, Go 11.
Yes, I know.
Now they go with Vianone these days, and they're really successful. They just won on the weekend. And yes, I was invited to Misano. It was amazing. And I cannot remember who won, tell you the truth. But I was so fascinated just to be able to go through the boxes, being in the hospitality, just getting that feeling life, being, and then in Italy, imagine, it's like,
Yeah.
whoa, you
So
couldn't even get to the track,
I know. I've heard racing in Italy is very special.
Yeah.
And I've seen it, of course, in during watching races many times. You said you don't remember who won, but do you remember which year?
Yes, it's quite a while ago, 2000 and I think 14. It must have been 2014.
2014. Yeah,
2014.
2014. Probably Jonathan Ria won.
Could be. It was probably Johnny's time. Yes.
I think so. It might
But
be
I don't even
already.
remember what bike was he on this time. I don't remember.
Wait, maybe he was on the Honda. He wasn't on the. Let me check it out really
Not
quick.
Kawasaki yet, was he? No,
Maybe
not
not
yet.
yet. No. I'm thinking about the years, and maybe he
Yeah.
was. But I will just search Misano 2014 World Superbikes.
14.
Yeah. Yeah. Here we go. 2014. In a second. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna just have to watch the end of the video because okay, one second. Yeah, I'm just gonna go do
Yeah.
Wikipedia would be easier. Okay, here we go. 2014 calendar, Italy, Ferrari no, Marco Simoncelli track. Kawasaki did one, but it was Tom Sykes.
Okay, back then, yes. He
Actually,
had two
Tom
world
Sykes
championship
won
titles, I think, Tommy Sykes.
both races. I think. Let me check. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, he won both races with the official Kawasaki racing team, which is the one that later Jonathan Bria was the one going in there. Okay, great. So it was Tom Sykes. Yeah, I had forgotten about Tom Sykes. It seems like forever, so long ago.
Yeah. I just remember Tommy Sykes always had the red on his boots. That's what I can remember about Tommy Sykes.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to number 5. What is the smell that connects you best or the most to racing a motorcycle?
The smell.
And the sound. The smell and the sound.
The smell, of course, it's when you sit in the van and you jump in and you have that smell. The car is full of the smell of gasoline, and I love it. I know I'm going to ride a motorcycle. This is the best part of it. And the sound, of course, it's the moment when you come into the boxes in the mornings and you're already nervous because there's tension and everybody starts warming up the bikes. It's like, just stop it. I need my peace. I'm already nervous and I'm freaking every single time. Even this weekend, I thought, don't do this. Please, just give me a little bit more time to just get here, with my mind.
Yeah, it gives you, I guess it you feel pressure of it, right?
It's all connected. You know what's going to happen. You have to perform. It's competition, what I all love, but at the same point, it's like you say, it's pressure because now it's the time you have to show what you can do, and all the other ones want the same. We all want to be on top of the list,
All same target. And only one can make it, or 3.
Exactly.
But probably being seeing how you are during the interview now, you rather do first than second or third.
I don't like to lose. I tell you the truth. I'm not a good loser, and I really don't like it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like part of the game. You cannot always win.
I know. But when you hear people saying, "Oh, it's all about competing, the competition."
Ah,
It's not
no.
only about winning, and then I think people, that kind of people are the people who will not, make it to winning ways in their life, because you
Tell
have
you
to
the
go
truth.
all
For
in
me,
or all out. But
for me,
the
in life,
middle doesn't work.
everything is a competition. I don't care. If I go cycling just like this, I see somebody up there. Oh, let's go get him. I go running. I see them. Let's go get him. Everything is a competition. I
Nice.
always try to find a enemy is a bad word. Let's find a nice word.
Opponents.
Somebody I
Opponents.
yes, somebody I
Challenge.
can beat. Yes, somebody I can be
Okay.
better in. Yeah.
And I will be interesting because I think the second part of the interview we should do it after you have competed, and then we can talk about more things.
Yes, but I think I will not do as good as I wish I could do because I don't have the time to prepare.
Oh no, don't worry, but we can talk about it, like how it
Yes,
feels,
okay. Yes,
like make it interesting.
okay.
Because how many weeks until the race? Not too many weeks.
2.5 weeks.
Yeah,
Yes.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Other idea we could do, if it's fine with you, we could do three parts. So we could do the second part, which I have written the questions already, and then the third part, which would be after the racing and your sensation, your feeling, how the paddock feels with all women racing, all those things, if you like it.
Okay.
All right. So let's continue. Um, mhm. Number 6. What would you improve in motorcycling racing safety?
Oh, I have to
uh,
be politically correct. Hmm. Motorcycle safety. I think I just saw it yesterday. When you have an airbag on, it's really, really a good thing. It saves so much, you know.
yeah.
This is a perfect thing, but
Wait, I'm losing you.
yes,
The connection is gone. Uh,
I'm there. I'm there. I
okay,
have full
okay. Now
connection.
you're back. You're back.
Okay. Um, I think, you know, we should all be aware that this sport is very dangerous, you know. But at the end, you know, two wheels, you know, if we make mistakes, we crash. That's just part of the game, you know.
Mm-hmm.
If we have good protection on, good helmets, all this, and everybody takes care of the other one a little bit with respect, that's the most important. There's not much to change. I think if we become like a Formula One, it's no fun anymore. I don't want to become like
No.
Formula One restricted and have a plug in the ear like they are speaking now to MotoGP. I am totally against this. I tell you right now, I am not a fan of this, and I think in motorcycle racing, it doesn't
Especially,
work to have a plug in the ear. No.
especially because as I have been I mean, I'm a motorcyclist still. I used to ride on the street and on the roads, but I suffered a motorcycle accident, hit and run here in Madrid. That's the whole idea behind doing the YouTube channel. And long story short, um, I stopped riding in the city and in the in the roads because it's very dangerous. I don't want to suffer
Yeah.
that kind of pain again, especially
Mm-hmm.
after not being my responsibility, after people that are not careful driving, I
Yeah.
guess, because I was run by a SUV, a very big Land
Ooh,
Rover. So I'm here
so sorry.
because someone in the universe wanted me to. Because for you to have an idea, and I know you know very well about racing, the force I was hit by is the equivalent of uh, my weight with my motorcycle, my speed, everything. I was going 30, 40 kilometers per hour. And the other guy who was going on the SUV, my weight with the speed with the motorcycle altogether was around 1200 kilos, The force of the thing that hit me was 180,000 kilos, equivalent of being hit myself by a blue whale. It's
You could have also jumped from a
crazy.
mountain without a parachute. Would have been the same.
Yeah, super
Yeah.
dangerous. And happily, I've always been training my family that protection is very important. And I was wearing an Arai racing helmet.
Yeah.
I was wearing the gloves, the jacket, the protection in the back, everything. Uh, but yeah, it did totally, it broke both my legs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oof.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was similar, very similar to the injury that Jorge Martin had 2 or 3 years ago. That it was multiple bones. Yeah, the
yeah.
same. But the other thing is, I was lucky that my femur didn't break. It was just the tibia and the left and the left tibia and the left fibula, both knees, and the scaphoid, of course, is typical racing thing. We can feel it on the same hand. The gas hand.
See,
Yeah.
see,
I have I
nothing.
have question about it. Don't worry, I have the question
No.
about it. Either on this interview or on the next one.
But for
Next part.
example, me, I don't ride motorcycle on the street. Nothing.
Yeah.
Not at all.
It's crazy. I know, I understand, but that's how I've learned, to
Yes,
ride.
yes. At the beginning I did too, but then I stopped.
I ride now on the countryside. I was the other day
Like
riding.
enduro. Like enduro.
Yeah, yeah,
Enduro
yeah. No,
riding?
no, more like dirt bike. So yeah, it could be enduro. Yeah, we can say
Okay.
because here it's on the roads that are on the countryside. Where
Okay.
tractors work and do all the harvest and everything. It's some roads are nice to learn and
Okay.
to keep the equilibrium. I think it's basic. It should be. We should learn first on a dirt bike and then on a race bike, I believe.
Yeah.
All right. So let's continue with number 7. Did you had motorcycle idols or or any of them who inspired you? If so, who and why?
I was my whole life a Valentino Rossi fan, I
All
have to
right.
tell you. Yes, amazing rider and fabulous, fabulous character. Just an idol, the way he treated people, the way he also dealt with media, with everybody. He could inspire other people to to work with him. There was never anything that people would not do for Valentino Rossi, but not because he asked, because he was the kind of character people wanted to do it with him and for him.
All right. It's first time I hear that one. I also read his full biography. Um, to be honest, I am not big fan of Valentino Rossi.
Okay.
But I like to learn. I love to learn,
Yeah.
and listening to things like what you said makes me think double time about it. But probably what I did not like was some dirty racing, some of it, and how he, which is also a way to control media, because media, they want to control you all the time. And
Yeah.
he was very psychological warfare in the middle of media, so not only on the racetrack but outside of the racetrack. And I didn't like that from him, but I respect him very much. I think he's one of the best racers of all time. For me, the best racer
Yeah.
of all time for sure is Mike Haywood, because you would give him anything and he would make it fast.
Okay. Well, these days I'm a big Marc Marquez fan.
All right.
I admire his willpower and his amazing talent. And he never gave up. I love that about him. And he still doesn't give up.
Look.
Yeah.
The first one, huh? The first title of
Yeah.
MotoGP right there.
Yes.
And I also have this one. I will show you because knowing that you've had a Honda, you've owned a Honda.
Ah, yeah. Sure.
Simoncelli.
Nice.
He was a great racer as well. He didn't have the luck, but he was a great racer, very fast, and a lot of talent as well.
I loved his hair.
I'm big fan, always being a big fan of course, many riders in the past. The first rider I was a fan of was Eddie Lawson on the Yamaha. Then I think at some point I arrived to Crivillet and Checa, both of them. Then I went to I went directly to what's his name? I think I went through a little bit of Freddie Spencer, of course.
Yeah, I saw your T-shirt.
I big fan of him. Like impressive, winning in the same year 250 and 500. Knowing the level of difficulty back then, it's very impressive. Then I became fan of Crivillet, of course, as I said, and Sete Gibernau as well. I cheered for Sete Gibernau when he was competing against Rossi. And I think I never saw him won. I always see winning Valentino. It was a nightmare for me. And then, of course, Pedrosa, pure talent. When he arrived, I really loved him, and as well as Álvaro Bautista. Then
Álvaro is
Jorge
amazing.
Lorenzo. He was very inspiring for me.
Yes.
Yes.
I always thought he was such a diva.
I think he has had a very difficult way into getting where he got, and I think he did not know, because he didn't have the time to learn it on time, how to grow up with so many media around and all those things. And I think he did his best. I actually listened to an interview yesterday a little bit that he made in his YouTube channel, Dura la Vita. I think
but I cannot understand. It's too bad. I wish.
No, but they have subtitles. If you put subtitles,
I need to. Okay.
There is subtitles, I believe. And it was a great interview because he gave it all, like open his heart and his chest, saying it all about all the questions he was asked. And one of the things I think I always loved from Lorenzo, he was very sincere, Some riders, you ask a question and they will say something, but not all the information. They are very careful about what they said. But he was every time very, very direct and honest, even though he might feel arrogant, which I agree, but at least he was very, very clear about what he said, like Casey Stoner, exactly the same.
Yeah.
I've started to love Casey Stoner after he retired.
Well,
I didn't like him very
much.
Up
anymore.
And I didn't like Mick Doohan either too much because he was winning all the time, But as time passes by, I've learned to and read about these guys and learned to appreciate what they've done for the sport. Of course, Angel Nieto, very important guy, very, very nice guy, very close guy, which is not something easy to find. And after Lorenzo, I love also very much Joan Mir. He's having a tough time, but I think he will come back. Also Alex Rins, and I respect very much Marc Marquez, especially because when he had the injury, I had the injury at the same time, a little bit earlier, but we were both recovering at the same time. So I was inspired by him as well. And of course, I love Jorge Martin. I think
I hope he wins the championship this year.
I think he's gonna
Or
win it.
Marquez, one or the other. I don't care who, but Marquez or Jorge Martin. I don't care.
With the last race, I think Marquez and Bastianini are out of the championship.
I don't want to win Bastianini. No, I want.
No. I'm just saying because of points.
Yeah, I know. Yes, I know of the points.
They are too far now. But I think Martin deserves it, especially because what Ducati did to him, choosing Marquez is the right call, I understand, but they did it in a very ugly way. They didn't do it direct. They say first yes, then no, then yes, then no again. That's why he
and
went
then wait.
to
Then
Aprilia.
they said, wait, we'll see what other options we have. If we don't find a better option, we'll take you after all. I'm like, what? But imagine taking the number one to Aprilia.
To Aprilia. I'm going to love that. I am really going to love that.
If Moto2 is going to win also, 2 world champion title winners go to Aprilia.
Yeah, I agree. And it's going to be interesting. Very, very interesting.
Yeah. It's going to be like, sack for Ducati. They're going to be hit left and right.
Yeah. They made the wrong call, and I think they might refuse the call they made. They might think about it next year and say, "Oof, maybe we did the wrong choice." Because I think Jorge Martin is one of the most talented riders there. Very young, has suffered already big injuries, and is still hitting the gas. Which means he wants to win many times. And Pedro Acosta, of course, I love Pedro Acosta.
Yeah, Pedro.
He's a very nice character, very honest, very direct, and super fast. I read his biography that was done by another motorcyclist. And everything is written in the stars, like everything tells you he's gonna be the best of all times. If they give him the time, the machine, and the speed within the engine. Look what he did last.
Yeah, did you see weekend. All the other KTM's crash or far back?
He does things that no one else does. I'm pretty sure about it. He's changing the game again, All right. So we go to number 8. And I'm happy that we both want Jorge Martin to win. Yes. Number 8. Let's change number 8 to a different question, because I was gonna ask you, are you the first motorcycle racer or rider of your family? And now I know you are. But
my mom still doesn't talk to me about racing. For so many years, we don't speak about it.
Wow.
Wow. She always asks me, because we have that small house here in Cartagena, and she says, "Are you in Spain?" I says, "Yes." And she says, "How are you doing?" I'm saying, "Fine." And she says, "How is the weather?" I'm like, "Fine." And she says, "And what are you doing?" I'm saying, "I'm training." And she's like, "Are you going with the bicycle?" I'm like, "No." And then we finished the conversation.
Change. So I'm gonna make a nice question for you. Just came out to my mind right now. Will you teach any of your kids motorcycle racing?
I wanted. I bought them the nicest mountain bikes when they were little, so they start getting a feeling for it. They were not interested. They didn't want to go out. Then I bought them small motocross bikes, small, nice ones, 2-stroke, perfect. And we packed them only on Wednesday afternoons. Kids in Switzerland don't go to school. All other afternoons, kids go to school all day in Switzerland. So Wednesdays, I packed the bikes and I said, let's go, come on. 2 or 3 times. Nah, not interested. They were not interested. Can you believe it? If you would have given me a bike at that age, oh my gosh, I would have been in heaven,
Yeah.
They were not interested. No.
Now that you said that, I was very, very close in 1999. I was given the opportunity by my dad that if I did good in school, I would have the opportunity to try to start competing and try to make my way into 125 in the MotoGP championship, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, maybe it was not meant to be, but I did not do well in school.
Yeah, okay. You decided rather not to be good in school than having the motorcycle.
Maybe I did actually. Something in my mind maybe didn't have the passion for school enough to go for motorcycle passion, like competing in that kind of level. Um,
Okay.
but I was born in a motorcyclist family. Mm, Before my accident, my sister rode motorcycle, my mother rode motorcycle, my dad rode
Oh,
motorcycle, the four of us. And knowing how
hmm.
difficult that is, uh, that you know very well, I am really lucky that I was born in this kind of family, because
Mm-hmm.
for me motorcycling, it, it's a therapy for sure for the mind. I think I would also recommend anyone who is worried about genetics in their family, about Parkinson or Alzheimer, just ride a motorcycle every now and then. I'm pretty sure you won't have that in your life.
Yes. And the people that have burnouts and all these other modern problems, go outside, have the biggest freedom in your life, and be happy with yourself.
Exactly,
Easy.
exactly. People
Yeah.
don't know how to cope with the stress. That's why mental illnesses and mental health is an issue now, especially after the pandemic. But it has always been there. The only thing that pandemic has enhanced it, because I don't think no one was prepared to live inside their houses without leaving, with a curfew. That was
Yeah.
insane, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've done number 8, and we are less than 1 hour, so we are doing okay. People will
Okay,
enjoy this.
good.
Um, Last question. Um, who do you think will win the first ever woman motorcycle racing or all woman motorcycling racing championship, and why?
Well, the odds were really good for Maria Herrera, and she is an amazing, amazing, amazing motorcyclist. First of all, she wants it really bad because she hasn't had the chance to win a title yet. She just didn't have the opportunities to show it really because she was all okay. She was in Moto 3, of course, yes, but it was against men. On a smaller bike, I think it makes it easier for women. And she didn't have this opportunity like Maria had to go at the beginning when the 300 class started
Mm-hmm.
to also go and compete. So I think she wants this title really bad. She's fighting for it and she's riding amazing, amazingly good.
Yeah.
But now, in the last race, she was accidentally taken out. So
Yeah.
she has 25 points. She's suffering. And it was so close between Maria and Anna the whole time that now it's like very
She
tight
she
if she
needs
can
to.
even recover it.
Yeah, I think she needs Anna to make a mistake. Is the only way.
You never know, it's racing. Nobody wishes for a mistake for Anna because she was also riding amazingly good.
Yeah.
They're those both are on a level that's incredibly high. And for both of them, it would be well deserved to become a world champion.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be sad for Anna to make a mistake, but Maria was forced to lose 25 points. So we will see how it ends at the end. But the main point I want to say is amazing riding by all of the first five. Let's
Yeah.
put it this way.
Yeah. Ponzani also a great rider, and Paquita also. Uh,
Uh, Sarah Sanchez,
yes.
whoa.
Amazing.
Beatrice Naila, whoa. Okay. Ponziani, I've never heard about her before, but now I've watched her all the championship. But she's also a
and
professional
and she
rider, just
has.
not from Spain.
Yeah.
In Italy, she has also competed in I think 125 against the men. I've heard it was um, who said it? I think it was Enea Bastianini. I think who gave an interview about her and said she was beating him in mini GP already. So
Wow.
yes,
Yeah, she's fast,
amazing
and
rider.
I saw perfectly the evolution during the races. At the start, she was catching up, learning, but then the
Hmm.
progression was very fast. So that's impressive
Yes,
for me.
yes,
Yeah, and I think it's very interesting because there are many, many nationalities. I think that is very important also.
yes. I think it's also important because it's a world championship, but it should not be all about the nationality to be in the world championship. This should
Totally agree
not be the main
speed,
point.
about speed, and about the level of
Yes,
competitivity. I totally agree.
yes.
You know, now that you introduced that, I'm just gonna say something. You know, and people might enjoy it or not. I respect everyone, but it happens the same that nowadays with men and women. You know, people who reach the top or or are the right candidate for a job should be the one that are more talented, more prepared, etc., etc., etc. Not a woman or a man. No,
It should
it
not
doesn't
be a
matter.
quote that makes the decision who gets the job, who is in the game, who is the picked rider. It's for all, for all.
Yeah,
We talk in general. It should not be a quote that fills the position.
exactly.
If you ask
Because
me,
at the end you
personal
won't get the
opinion,
best. Because at the end you won't get the best, which is what you normally want.
yes, it's not a natural selection anymore. You're
No,
not going for the best ones.
no, it's not like swiping left or right. It's about
Yeah,
trying to get the best of the best, and
yeah.
something like that. It's interesting because that in the Anglo-Saxon world, in my experience, has always been about the people who were more prepared. No, not the people who. No, I know someone in there, and then will help me get there, or no, because we need in this company to have 70% woman, 30% men, or 70% men, 30% woman. That doesn't work. That doesn't work because at the end, when you force something and it's not natural, especially going back to you on racing, in racing level, when it comes natural, you cannot compete against that. I believe there is a point where Pedro Acosta is gonna be so insanely natural on a MotoGP bike that he's not gonna have competition again. Like he's
I
gonna be
hope so.
winning one
But
one year after another one.
it will be well deserved, and that's how it should be.
I mean, he has been
And
training all his life. Not many people know this, but when he was like, I think 12, he was
four.
always.
He started when he was
No, no,
four.
no, no, no.
He
But
was
I mean, when he was 12, he was always already riding 600 and 1000 cc motorbikes. That's
okay.
not normal in that age at 12.
No,
That's something
no.
that he has gained already from all of the other competition or
Yeah.
from all the other rivals. And
Hmm.
having said that, I hope you enjoyed part number one of the interview. And now is your opportunity. If you want to say something to get the sponsorship, whatever you want to say, go for it.
Well, I think in the women's racing world, it has changed a lot over the years, and I think it's amazing. But for example, when I was younger, there was not this opportunity. What doesn't mean that now, at my age, I'm too old for it. What some people might think, I just started later, but everything I've done um, was living for this dream and working towards this dream. It's an amazing hard work. I train every single day physically, mentally also. The work is done, and just because I didn't have this opportunity earlier in life, because it was just not there, I think it should not be, what should I say, out of the opportunity that
Mm-hmm.
now this chance can be there, because um, I think age is just a number on paper, but it doesn't mean what you can physically actually do and what you have already achieved in your life.
Absolutely
In
true.
the sports, we're talking sports, like we said before,
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
only talking sports. So I
I
think,
know, I know. Like, I mean, you see Fernando Alonso in F1,
yeah,
and he can be maybe 10 more years if he wants to at the best level. Because if he
yes,
gets the right car, which he will now, because he now has the best engineer in Formula One,
yeah,
he's gonna be winning again, and he's gonna break all the records. All no one has won after this age. Blah blah blah. Everything goes to shit. Everything is dusted because everything is gonna change, and
yes,
everything. But that's the world. That's life. That's even the universe. Everything is changing
yes,
all the
yes,
time, and you just have to adapt or be able how to ride it.
yes. For me, motorcycle racing is the biggest passion in life. I cannot imagine living without it. Might sound strange, but it's the last thought in the evening and the first thought in the morning when I wake up. And I will do everything it takes to be competitive and to fulfill my dream.
I'm
And I
pretty.
hope maybe somebody wants to be part of this.
Yeah. Please do so if you are listening to this video. Please share it, um, like it, and of course, give some support to Sabine because she's an amazing woman. She's all about motorcycling and a mother as well, which is very impressive. And all she has been wanting her life was to race on a motorcycle, and now she's ready
Crazy.
to do it, to take the challenge. So just throw some sponsorship for her. I don't know where, how little, how big, whatever you want to do. I will leave her contact here. I will leave your, not your phone, or do you want me to leave your phone as well? It will be like on the description.
Yes, it can be in the description, and I hope people will treat it with respect.
Yes.
But on the homepage, they find everything. The homepage should be prepared well, and I hope they enjoy it.
Okay, I will put the homepage as well because the one I received was only let's say it was an interview what I was able to find because of course it was in German, but I had to translate it to English, so it was difficult for me. But if you send me again the link, the one with all the info, I will use it. If that's
I
fine with
send it
you,
to you now.
I will just do that. And
I
also, if
send
you
it
if you
to you
can
now.
send me
Sure.
a nice picture of you that you enjoy with your favorite motorcycle, not in super good quality, but a
Mm-hmm.
good quality one, so I can put it as the main picture for the video. All right,
Okay.
when I
My
upload
my
it.
most favorite motorcycle I've ever had,
Yeah, or
or
because
in
we are
general.
gonna do three parts. Let's say you choose a picture that best describe this part number one of the interview. All right.
Okay, it will be the 125 because it was all about the start
Then you
that I never
decided.
had.
You
It was
decided.
it was so many years later.
Okay, so you decide which one is the best because we've talked about, let's say, um, mostly about one third of your life. Next one will be your second third of your life, and next one will be your uh, uh, and like now, and how you raise, how you
Yes.
felt, everything. We will do it like that, and I think it will be easier, maybe without questions. The last one, the part number three, because it
Mm-hmm.
will be more natural, even, and we can talk about typical things that people like to enjoy to listen, like how does it feel to be in World Superbikes racing, what was the spirit within the woman racing,
Mm-hmm.
how was the paddock, all those things that people like to know, everything, all this gossip, racing, motorcycling racing gossip. All right,
Yes,
so thank
sure.
you very much.
I have to thank you. It
i
was
ho-
nice, really nice talking to
I
you.
hope it was really nice also. I hope everyone enjoys, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and please, if you have the opportunity, as I said before, sponsor her. She will really appreciate it and will make it worth it for you. Uh,
Thank you so much.
we will see each other for part number two. And thank you also very much because you are the the premiere for me, my first interview in the YouTube channel, but also my first video in English, which is something I've been pursuing because maybe, I don't know, if you do have the time, we can figure it out in the future, but maybe we can do something together because people like men and women and men together sharing their thoughts about
Sure.
motorcycles.
It'll be interesting. And it's good because it's both not our mother language, so we're both not as
equivalent.
Equivalent, exactly, because it's not our mother language. So
it's also a good exercise, good mental exercise.
We stay brain fit.
So a real pleasure, Sabine. Say hi to the family and have a great afternoon.
Thank you. Thank you for everything. It was nice. Bye-bye.
Bye.